Allow me to set the stage. You're one of the biggest stars in music in the entire world. You're out on a massively successful stadium tour, you're just about to ramp things up, you're at the end of the leg of the US tour, and you find yourself in a predicament because you've just started this massive concert in LA, Inglewood to be specific, and now 5 songs in at Can't Feel My Face, you're starting to lose your voice, and you know that the voice is gone in fact, and you've still got 20 plus songs ahead on the set list. What the hell do you do? Well, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John. Over this past Labor Day weekend, The Weeknd found himself in this exact predicament, where his voice was all but gone. During the middle of Can't Feel My Face, he ironically could not find his voice. Some people would point to Abel Tesfaye, aka The Weeknd, and say, oh, look at this pop guy, this R&B guy, he can't even finish the set list, he can't even tough it out. I mean, look, Zach De La Rocha, he fucked up his ankle and he kept playing. Oh, Dave Grohl fell off a stage and broke his leg, he kept playing. Your voice is your nightly tool, your instrument. And if that's under the weather, if that's not there, and you continue to push that, well, that's going to spell a recipe for disaster for the future, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that. Now, The Weeknd took it a step further. He made a personal apology to the people in attendance by coming out into the stadium and basically saying, I don't want this. There is not a world that exists in which I don't want to perform for you, and I'm going to get everybody refunds, which is not something that everybody does.
I don't know what just happened when I screamed, but I just lost my voice. This is killing me. I don't want to stop the show. But I can't give you the concert that I want to give you right now. I'm gonna make sure everybody's good, get your money back, but I'll do a show real soon for you guys. But I wanted to come out and personally apologize and not tweet it or Instagram it or whatever. I want you guys to know.
Look, before I get into the entitlement that I've seen oozing off of music fans lately, not just of The Weeknd, but in general, I wanted to say that any performer out there, whether it be your voice, a physical ailment, a family emergency, there's a lot of valid reasons to give to not be able to continue performing or not to be able to perform a show in the first place. If we lived in a perfect world, of course, you would know way in advance, you wouldn't buy the tickets in the first place, you wouldn't have to jump through hoops, maybe you rented a hotel, you got a plane. I understand that there are other factors, but you have to understand also that this person and the crew and everybody else around them, they have a job to do, and unfortunately when they don't have the physicality to be able to bring you that show, it doesn't fall on them squarely because it wasn't their fault. They didn't ask for their voice to go out or for a leg to break. Now, I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I popped over to Rolling Stone to check out their coverage of this, and I was looking at some of the tweets that they embedded and the replies to them, and it's full of people screaming and demanding more than just a refund because in this day and age, nothing is ever enough for anyone, it seems. And they're taking it a step further by saying, are you gonna pay for my 2015 concert where you canceled last minute and I had a plane and all of these other things, these external circumstances, you should start retroactively giving discounts or refunds or whatever else. And I'm just like, people. The entitlement that is just oozing out of every pore of you right now. It takes everything within me not to jump through the screen and just shout at you and say, you do not deserve this, you are not owed this, you are getting your money back, and that is really all that he or anybody else could do. In fact, in this day and age, again, that's above and beyond because places like Ticketmaster, Live Nation, whatever, they don't want you to get your money back. I wouldn't be surprised if The Weeknd is paying this out of pocket, and no, I'm not feeling, oh my god, it's so awful for The Weeknd, gosh, I don't know what he's gonna do, he had to cancel this show, he's losing money, he has to pay people back. I'm not feeling bad for him in that sense at all. I'm more so talking about the problem at large, where things happen, especially for smaller artists who are maybe driving themselves around in vans or whatever it might be. They maybe lose their gear, it gets lost by the airline. There are valid reasons for a concert to be canceled, for sickness, for whatever else it might be. for it to get canceled, and obviously it sucks. I have been there. I've been at those crossroads where I'm like, oh my god, the show got canceled. I've been looking forward to this for so long. Trust me, I had pit tickets for the Killers last September, and they canceled the show like 2 weeks before with no explanation whatsoever. But at the same time, I have to understand that that probably came down to not them not wanting to play it, but scheduling conflicts, management, whatever. There's a lot of external circumstances and financial arrangements that most people just don't seem to understand or care to look into, so therefore they try to put the blame squarely on the artists themselves. And this is the reason that I think so many artists, creators of all kinds, get burnt out so quickly, because they're trying to give whatever it is that they have to the people, but the people are always demanding more.
You know how much this kills me right now, I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you so much.
I guess my final point here is that I feel like most people are kind about it, forgiving in these situations. Obviously, there are shitty ones where people just cancel for no real valid reason, and of course you're gonna be mad, but in a situation like this, there are no winners. It's all losers, so instead of really just lashing out directly at the Weeknd, management, whatever, the doctors who told him probably to stop performing, maybe you should just, I guess, go back home, count your losses, and understand that this is life sometimes.